morning, everyone. As you know, this is being recorded in order for people that want to know the laws of Pesach. It should be able to be something that we law. So the Alter Rebbe in Shulchan Aruch starts off, the laws of Pesach have 8 mitzvahs to it. In other words, Pesach comprises 8 biblical mitzvahs that comprise the laws of Pesach. There's hundreds of laws. But what's the root and where does it stem from? These 8 mitzvahs. What are the 8 mitzvahs of Pesach? 3 positive mitzvahs and 3 prohibitions. The first mitzvah is Loi lechol chametz b'yom yudal mechatzes yom u'mayla. You shouldn't eat chametz from Erev Pesach, midday. Even though Pesach starts at night, biblically there's a mitzvah that you have to stop eating chametz from midday of Erev Pesach. So that means chatzot of the midday of Erev Pesach, you have to stop eating chametz already since then. So the biblical, it's not rabbinic, it's a biblical mitzvah, lo lechol chametz miyom yudalet bechatzot. The sages came and they were afraid that people won't know when midday is, so they added an hour or 2 in case it's cloudy. So that's why we stop eating chametz at 10:30 in the morning, to make a fence around the biblical. The biblically it's midday, which midday is around 1 o'clock in today's time. But in rabbinic came and said, listen, it might be cloudy, and if it's cloudy you're not going to know exactly when midday is, so we're going to make 2 hours before midday you should stop eating chametz, and an hour before midday you can't have any benefit from chametz. And that's the idea of why we have the time that we stop an hour, 2 hours before and an hour before. But basically, you have to stop at midday. Number 2, levar chametz minayim mechatzos. There's a positive mitzvah that we have to get rid of chametz from midday of Erev Pesach. If you know of any chametz that there is in your possession, so you have to get rid of the entire chametz. In other words, till midday, you could still sell the chametz to a non-Jew. You could still give the chametz away to other people. Once midday comes, and you still have chametz in your possession, you can't give it away anymore, because you can't benefit from the chametz. Since you can't benefit from the chametz, you can't give it to anyone. You can't give it to a goy. You can't do anything. The only thing you could do is get rid of it by burning it or throwing it into the ocean, but you cannot benefit at all. Even to your animals, God forbid, you can't give the chametz, because once it's midday of Erev Pesach, you can't. That's the second mitzvah. The third mitzvah, prohibition shelo yirah lecha chametz yoma. Person is not allowed to have for 7 days. That means from the 7 days of Pesach, he can't have seen chametz in his possession. Not only he can't eat chametz, not only he can't benefit from chametz, he can't see it. What does it mean, seeing? Seeing, as we say in the Talmud discusses a lot about what that means. It means basically if it's in your possession. But if it's chametz that you see but it's not yours, for example, you're going past a grocery store and you see chametz on the tray, but it's not your grocery store, it's ShopRite or King's, that's not your chametz. The forbidden is that you shouldn't see your chametz, but seeing someone else's chametz is not your issue. And lo yimatze chametz, not only you shouldn't see chametz, the fourth mitzvah is that it shouldn't be found anywhere in your possession. So if you have a house in Australia and there's chametz in that house, even though you don't see it, but it's in your possession, you have to make sure that before midday of Erev Pesach, that chametz is not in your possession anymore. How? Making sure that before midday I either sell the chametz or give it away, or eat it before the midday. But once midday comes and I have chametz in Australia, even though I don't see it, it's still in my possession. So that's lo yamatze. Then there's the fifth mitzvah, lo ya'achol. You can't eat chametz, even if it's not mine. How about if a goy owns chametz and he has a store? So it's not mine, it's not my possession, it's not my chametz, I don't own it. But I see a cookie that belongs to a goy and says, take a piece. You can't eat chametz on the 7 days of Pesach. And then the sixth one is an interesting one. It's a lot of details, but I'll go bekitzur. Not only I can't eat chametz, I can't eat any product mixture of chametz in it as an ingredient. So for example, there's certain yogurts that they used to put some chametz in it, like crumbs or some other things. If there's crumbs of chametz in it, that's like a kazayis b'chdei achilas pras. That means altogether it would be an ounce of chametz within the eating of a half loaf of bread, which is in 7 minutes. If you would eat the yogurt, you would have a kazayis chametz, which is in 7 minutes. So then it's considered chametz biblically. So even though the chametz is not, I didn't eat a cookie, but since in the ingredient is enough that if I eat within 7 minutes the yogurt, the amount of yogurt within 7 minutes, I would have a kazayis, which is an ounce of chametz, it's also forbidden. Because the Torah says, so therefore, the seventh mitzvah is, lechol matzah b'leil tasvav. There's a mitzvah to eat matzah on the night of Pesach, the first night. The rest of Pesach, you don't have to eat matzah. But the first 2 nights is an obligation. Biblically is the first night. Rabbinically is the second night. That every Jew must eat matzah. However, it has to be eaten in the night, which thank God they changed the clock early this year. So the night is after 8:30 of Friday night and Saturday night. And you have to eat matzah on the 15th. And the 8th mitzvah is that not only you have to eat matzah, you should tell the story of Egypt to your children on that day. So it's a biblical mitzvah to actually tell the story of the Haggadah of Yetzias Mitzrayim that night. And based on these 8 mitzvahs, we have the entire Shulchan Aruch of Chelik Gimel of the Alter Rebbe, which goes through the whole 8 mitzvahs in this Shulchan Aruch, which you're supposed to learn in the 30 days before Pesach. Obviously, we're not going to be able to cover the whole thing unless you want to sit in for 10 days in a row, 24 hours, 7. So Hashem should help that we should get rid of chametz in the revealed women.